I'm OG, y'all new to the game.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Back to Basics. Like I said last week, we're hitting shoulders. Alright guys, there's three main components of your shoulder. So there's the anterior deltoid, that's the front of your shoulder, the medial head, that's the side of your shoulder, and then the posterior, that's the rear part. When I train shoulders, the way I like to start is always warming up the posterior, the back, and the side before I go into my heavy lifts. The reason I do this is because when you're pressing, you'll notice that you use a lot more of the front of your shoulders. So I like to isolate the muscles to warm them up before they get used. Alright guys, as you've just seen, that was my first pressing movement. On this movement, I like to work my way up from lightweight to a heavyweight, going all the way down to 8 reps and just doing that for about 4 sets. This way, I'm getting good hypertrophy and strength training at the exact same time. I'm not in the gym to build strength, but at the same time, when you lift heavier every week, that's a good indication that you're building good muscle mass. And now, onto our second pressing movement. Alright guys, you just saw our second and final pressing movement for the night. That was a behind the neck press on the Smith machine. On that first movement, we went a little bit heavier, so we worked on hypertrophy and strength. This works on building muscle and building strength to help our supporting muscle groups. On our second movement, we went behind the neck press. The reason we did this is because our first movement worked on the front of our shoulders. The second movement was a little bit more emphasis on the back. I personally like to work on the side and the back of my shoulders a lot more than I do the front. Why is this? Because when you train chest, you'll work on the front of your shoulders and you notice that actually it develops a lot faster than any other muscle group on the shoulders. To even this out, I like to emphasize a lot more on the side and back. This way you'll get that 3D delt look. So you would have noticed throughout this whole training session, I would have been focusing a lot more on those two muscle groups more than the front. For our last two movements, once again, we're gonna isolate those two muscle groups. We're gonna start off with the medial head, which is the side of our delt. Here we go. Alright guys, that's shoulders done. As you would have seen on the side lateral raise, I had a slight angle as I was doing the movement. The reason I do this is for better range of motion and to emphasize and isolate that one muscle group. Try it out sometime, it feels amazing. After that, we did some cable rear delt face pulls. The reason I did this sitting down is so you're not using any momentum throughout your legs or your back as you do this movement. Sitting down helps you emphasize and isolate that muscle group so much better. Once again, try it out, let me know how it goes. This is another episode of Back to Basics, shoulders done. See you guys all next week.